Hello my crochet friends, welcome to my channel. This is Lady Jana. Together we're going to be making beginner friendly Christmas flowers. These flowers are great for beginner. I have made a couple. You can decorate them as you want, but the basic of these flowers are the same. You can use 5 petals, 6 petals. This is your choice, but I've decided to do them 6 petals. Let's look at the material and the tools we'll be using to create these. First thing we need is our crochet hook. This is a 3mm crochet hook. Then after we need some yarn, green yarn, white yarn, and yellow yarn. The yellow yarn I'm going to be using to create the petal. The white yarn will be my middle, and the green yarn is the back of the flower. Also, you'll be needing your stitch marker, pair of scissors, yarn needle, and also some decorations. Most important thing is my pattern. So I just wrote this pattern. If you look at the description down below, you will have a link to this pattern. No worries, I have not forgotten that. Now let's create our first petal. So to create our petal, we're going to start off with a magic ring. And we're going to add 4 single crochet in the magic ring. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to close our ring. The next row, we're going to add a single crochet followed by an increase 2 times. So this is our single crochet. We add a stitch marker. We follow this with an increase. An increase, don't forget, it's 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So now that row 2 is completed, we're going to continue with row 3. Row 3, we need 2 single crochet followed by an increase. This is 1, 2. So don't forget to place your stitch marker on the first stitch that you made, and then we follow this by 2 single crochet. Nope, we follow this by an increase. I'm sorry, increase, then 2 single crochet, 1, 2, and then an increase. For this row 3, we should have 8 stitches. Let's count. Let's make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We do. Now let's do row 4. Row 4 is 3 single crochet followed by an increase twice. One, 2, 3. Now this is where I'm going to place my stitch marker in the first stitch that I made. I'm going to follow this with an increase. 1, 2, and then one more time, 3 single crochet. And then your increase. So this was row 4. This is where I'm going to be taking care of this tail. I'm going to pull on the tail and I'm going to weave it in. before I continue with the rest of the rows. Got the tail, flip my work over like this, inside out, like this, so I can continue to crochet. Now we are ready with row 5. Row 5 is 4 single crochet followed by an increase times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase. So that's our row 5. Now we're up to our row 6. Row 6 is 5 single crochet followed by an increase times 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then increase. So that's our row 6. Row 7 is 6 single crochet followed by an increase twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then increase. Row 8 is 7 single crochet followed by an increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then increase. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we do our increase. Now at this step, you should have 18 stitches. Let's count. Let's make sure that's what we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We do. Now the next two rows, row 9 and row 10, is basically just do 18 stitches all around twice for row 9 and row 10. Let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So that's row 9. Let's do row 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Okay, so let's turn my page around. See, lots of scribble. That's how I'm not very neat when I create or when I try to do stuff. But that's okay, that's me. We have a few more rows to make before we're done. Now we're going to start doing decrease. The decrease that we're going to be making are invisible decrease. And don't forget, when you do invisible decrease, you only pick up the first loop. So row 11 is 7 single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. We do this twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our invisible decrease, pick up the first front loop, pick up the next front loop, and create your single crochet. Another 7 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then we do an invisible decrease. Now it's row 12. Row 12, 6 single crochet followed by an invisible decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then our invisible decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we decrease. Let's do row 13. 13 is 5 single crochet followed by a decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we decrease. There we go, row 14. Row 14, we are going to do 4 single crochet followed by a invisible decrease. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our decrease. And we continue. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a decrease. This was our final row. Before I do bind off, I like to do a few slip stitch in the next rows. Like this, 1 and 2. I cut my yarn, pull through. So now I just flatten my petal. See how that's nice? And I'm going to sew this in. The way that I sew it is I fold in half like this, and then I just sew through like this. I do this a few times so that it is secure. And also that's how it gives the petal its shape. Once I'm satisfied it's secure, then I'm going to run this through my work. Just weave it in. And then finally cut the yarn. This is how I create my petals. I do 5 more of these. If you notice, they look like bunny ears. Take a long piece of yarn and we're going to attach the petals. I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so I take this first one and I just go through. And I just leave a tail. Take second one, like this, and I run it through. So you put them side by side, and then I go through again a second time. And I pull. Then I take the next one and I do the same. It goes through. But then I go through this one here. And then back to this one. And I pull. Again, the same thing. So I do this until all of my petals are attached. And remember, these are flowers. They don't have to be exact. They don't have to be perfect. Flowers in nature are not perfect. Some petals are larger than the other one next to it, and that is okay. If you want to keep just 5 petals like this, you can, but since I have a 6th one, I'm just going to use it. I'm going to attach it. Okay, so these are my, then I find this tail, and I'm just going to create a knot knot all of these together. Going to create a double knot. There we go. And then what I also like to do, I like to sew just a tiny bit, like take this one and just sew everything together from the middle. This. Okay, so once everything is sewn, I just bring my yarn to the back, this, and I just weave it in, and then I cut my yarn. And then I do the same thing with this tail. I just pull it through, and then I weave it in. The next step is I'm going to be creating the middle. The middle will be white magic ring with 10 single crochet. Okay, magic ring. And then let's do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 10. Close my ring. The next row, I'm going to do a single crochet followed by an increase 5 times to give me 15 stitches. This is 1. And then increase. 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, and then we are done. So I'm going to do a few slip stitch. And that's it, got my yarn. The tail that's here, I'm going to weave that in. Now I'm going to be using this piece of yarn, this end of the tail, to weave in the middle on my flower. Okay, so what I do is I just place it right here, an approximation that this should be in the middle, and then I just sew it on. It doesn't have to be perfect, you just need to be able to sew it on. Oops. Petal, the petal, the petal. This. Make sure it's attached to the petal. Oh, see, it's not attached there. Just run this. And there we go. Go down here, pick up. And how is that? And there we go. I think it's okay attached. So I'm just going to weave in my yarn, bring it to the back, this, and just weave that in. Cut my yarn. So we do need to create the back. The back will have 3 rows instead of 2 like in the front. And so this time we're going to do 6 single crochet in a magic ring. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to close our ring. And then our next row is 6 increase. So we just increase all around. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and another 1, 2. Now that we've increased 6 times, it gives us 12 single crochet in our row. The last row that we need to do is a single crochet followed by an increase. We do this 6 times. One, increase, 1, and then increase, 1, and then increase, 1, increase, 1, increase, 1, and then an increase. So this gives us 24 stitches, and we are going to do again 2 slip stitch in the next stitches. And then we're going to cut this off. We're going to weave our tail that's on the back, and then we're going to sew this back portion to our flower. Turn our flower around like this, and we are going to sew our flower the back just like that.
Now the reason why I add a back is to stabilize the flower. It helps with the stabilization.
The back of the flower all sewn, and now it's time to decorate. Now here's all of my little decorations. I've got buttons, stars. This would look great. A star. Maybe this. This is nice. I like the button. Oh, Snowman. I love the snowman. Wouldn't that be so cool? Here I have got a small button. I think I love this small button. Use some glue gun and glue this on it. So let me just go and grab my glue gun and I will glue it. And there we are. Here's our flower done. Only you have the imagination you can create blue flowers, pink flowers. You can make these to hang in a tree or on a wreath. It's up to you. Centerpiece. These are great, simple, beginner flowers that anybody that is new at crocheting can do. I hope they enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have yourself a great day. Take care. See you in the next video.